Hey guys, today we're going to take the Zero SRS out for a demo ride. Beautiful bikes, cerulean blue here. We've also got the metallic gray over there. SRS is the latest and greatest and freshest version of the Zero electric motorcycle. So we're going to go ahead and it's a beautiful day out today, so we're going to go ahead and put the bike into sport mode. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get staged. Small group. Yeah. So the mode button is on your left thumb. You stab it and it'll start flashing. You can go left. Right now, if you're in your program screen, just click your engine kill switch on and off and that'll take you out. And you can bring it back in. Your screen will come back up to normal screen, and then you can press the left button in and that will turn on. You'll see things flashing. Once you press the left button straight in, there you go. Now you can go left to select your different modes. Yep. And then once you get the mode you like, just press it to lock it in. It's the weirdest thing, right? Yeah, dude. Yeah, of course, it. It's good to see you again. Yeah, you kicked ass, man. You did second place. It was so great. I posted those videos up as soon as I got back, and we were so bombed by the time you guys went out for the mains. We were just... I know, but it was so rowdy, and that track was insane. I don't know how you didn't die. Well, you guys did great. Those conditions were impossible. Yeah. Yeah, the spectators were going bananas for you guys. Yeah. So he was one of the racers at the Portland 1 show on the Zeros that were out doing the flat track. He took second place. So how kick-ass is it that he's leading our ride? Super neat. It is true. This bike does feel every bit like an SRF, except for it's more comfortable. And it is. It's definitely, I can appreciate that my hands are a little higher, and I can appreciate that my feet are a little lower than they normally were. So now what do you do at the company? Right on you do. Yeah. And of course, I'll remind you guys that it is February 25th. And what February 25th means is that this is the 1-year birthday to the day of the SRF. So the bike he's riding is the SRF. And 1 year ago today, we were out here in California. We were down just north of San Diego at the time, down in Alpine, and we were getting to see that very motorcycle, the SRF, for the very first time ever. And so in 1 year, and it's not like there was just one of them there. There was a whole gaggle of them. We all rode them. I'm sure if you watch our channel, you know that. But the amazing thing is that it's 1 year to the day later, and here's this new product, the SRS that I'm riding, which is the sport, this is the sort of sport touring, if we would, version of the SRF, which is the Street Fighter. How rad is that? 1 year. Super, super cool. And that really is impressive by anybody's standard. But to have that being done in an American company, we just went through the factory, and it's been a couple of years since I walked through the factory, and the factory has had to, triple up on production because of the SRF and the SRS, and they're still making the legacy carryover bikes like the S, the DS, the FX, etc. They're still building those. They haven't stopped. So at one time in the factory, they have these multiple assembly lines going for the legacy product and the brand new SR series, SRF and SRS. So it's fantastic. You get to meet these people that have become your friends over time. I got to see Kat when we walked in at her workstation, and it's just neat. And it's a really fun thing to be able to come back and visit these folks every year and sort of keep those relationships alive. And it gives the touch point between us dealers and the guys that are actually working at the factory building our motorcycles. And the consumers can have that degree of confidence that the bikes are just so lovingly put together. Just fantastic. And I gotta say, it makes you proud, and it makes you want to do a better job to respect what they're doing, to give respect to their talents. Because boy, doesn't it make you feel good to ride a bike and that you can say you met the people who put it together and you met the people who designed it. And here I am riding with one of their R&D guys, research and development. Andy's a racer, flat track racer, and he's out here giving me my blast. Super fun, man. And this is what motorcycling is supposed to be. This is what it's supposed to feel like. It is just joyful. And especially on this thing. These are just great. Just fun. And you feel like everybody, you're like, man, you have the greatest job in the world. You work down here and it's super cool. And how can you just not, how do you go to work and work all day knowing that these roads are out here and they're just waiting for you? And then you feel bad too because the cost of living here is so freaking high. But check out these redwoods. Yeah, just super fun. And I have a really strong feeling right now if that car wasn't in front of us, this thing would be happening a little differently. But it gives me a chance to suck up this scenery because it's friggin' awesome. The bike is invisible. That's the crazy thing right now, is I was just realizing that, just riding along. I'm like, okay, I'm totally comfortable. My body is just in the position it loves to be in anyway on a motorcycle. And it's telepathic. So, when I know people grouse all the time about, oh, there's no gearbox, there's no clutch, what have you. But no, it's just, you're just hardwired into it, man. It's just your thought. It's just, your brain goes, yep, I want to go faster now. And it just happens. So it's weird. You're like, oh, they took the clutch away from you. I'm like, dude, you could take the throttle away from me too and just make my mind think about going faster and go faster. I'd give that up because we're getting closer and closer to that. We're getting closer to the telepathic riding experience that gives us that, I like to say that the goal is total control, right? That's what we're in for. And this bike does it. You know, when you come into a corner on this thing and you stab the front brake and you get your brake on for your turn, it's just right there. And they did change the suspension. I can say it feels just fantastic. We haven't done anything really gnarly yet, but the back end right now, it's invisible. I know it's there. You know, I'm sitting on it, but I don't feel it. There's nothing back there telling me that we got anything other than perfection. So the definition of the ride is total control. And it is total control. Mystery spot to our left. Windshield is remarkably good. You really don't know how good a windshield is until you get usually 60, 70 miles an hour, and that's when you start feeling it. Is it a good windshield or is it a bad windshield? Are you a good witch or are you a bad witch? And this is it's a really, really good OEM stock windshield. And you know there's going to be a handful of other ones, you know, that'll come out. I'm sure it'll be aftermarket. The current Zero currently loves the German windshields, and I gotta say that the quality is fantastic. We put them on so many machines. So when we were touring the factory, we got to see the way they're put together, and there's a complete lack of fasteners because the entire fairing assembly is a genius piece of craftsmanship. Look at this neighborhood, huh? How cool is that? That one's for sale. Get our rough road training. Yeah, throw the bike around. The bike is great. It certainly doesn't feel like it's, 485 pounds or what have you. But that was terrible, that dip, and it just ate it. It was great. That would have upset a lot of my other bikes. And this was just friggin' planted. Just a hole in the road hiding in a shadow, and the bike just went, I gotcha. No stress, no drama. I hope you guys are digging this. I really do, because I want to take y'all along with me on this. It is fantastic. And the bike just feels so good. Of course, I haven't had to put my foot down yet. Here we go. Twisties downhill. Good to scare everybody. Boo, yeah. Oh, that was a sucko bump. And you know what? Bike took it with dignity. Great. Oh, yeah. Okay. Suspension team, 2 thumbs up. You guys have built a completely predictable rideable motorcycle. See that little launch? Super duper duper cool. Gotta love Zero. This is it. I mean, you go out on a demo ride with these guys, and you're being led around by, not the marketing guys, you're being led by the research and development guys. You're being led by pro riders who have been doing this at the very top of the game, and they're not afraid to go out and stretch your legs, make you feel like you've had a real experience and got to know the bike, because I've been on so many demo rides, can't count. And last year when we did the Zero demo, we were riding in snow in the corners. ice in the corners. And this thing is just on freaking rails. Like, yeah, tightening curves. Just beautiful. I blew the line on that, and I was able to get it back because the bike is so good. Yep, I didn't know what was coming, and I just ate the line on that one, but the bike just stuffed it right back in. Super great. Yeah, extremely confidence-inspiring. I'm going to go back and watch the video on that one because I know where I screwed up, and I pushed it in a little bit tighter than I was ready to, not knowing the machine, and boy, right there. Super cool. I hope this is an example to everyone about how good a demo ride can be. All our ducks in a row. Small group, so they were going out earlier in large groups, and I think the first group that went out might have been 10 bikes, and I think this is our third wave of bikes going out, and so now they're breaking it up, and they got more riders on the road, more guides on the road, and so we got this real small, tight group of 5 bikes. Which is great because in a lot of demo situations, you're only as fast as your slowest bike. Leader's going to kind of hang back until he sees the tail catch up. And in this case, real easy to catch that sight line. And also, because the guys in the back don't have to worry about running over the guys in front, everybody moves faster. And I get the benefit of watching him and taking his line, which I'm too busy looking at the damn beautiful scenery and not paying attention to riding the motorcycle sometimes because it's just so cool. Yeah, it's this is the right environment. Boy, this makes you want to move. Who needs to live in a house? I could live in a trailer on the side of the road. Look at all those suckers on the freeway. The real fun's here. Get off the slab. Hello, Toyota. Look at that. See how rough that was? That road is garbage. And the bike just, you see, no shake, no stutter, no nothing. Stayed in the seat. Did you watch his bike? Did you see the way he went through there? And that thing was beat up. I mean, that hole was something. And it was very well behaved. He's on the SRF. That's the Street Fighter. I'm on the SRS, which is our fully fared, brand new machine. Hey, look at that. We caught up the other group. Hey, were we supposed to catch these guys? Yeah. Small group moves faster. Yeah. And beautiful scenic Scotts Valley. Okay, 2 giant thumbs up for the suspension department, because there were some rough. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. So that's him. So he said it's him and one other guy that did the tuning, suspension tuning on these bikes. So you want to know who's the guy to thank right there. If you're lucky enough to own one of these motorcycles, if you go out and you experience what I'm doing right now today, you will have a smile on your face. You'll be impressed. And then you can say, dude, I saw a video where the guy who set the suspension up, literally tuned the suspension, made the choice of what's going to go on this bike. And what a choice he made, because it's fantastic. And again, not a racetrack guy. I mean, this bike is not a race bike. We're not setting this up for being on a track. This is meant to be ridden and in this environment. Yeah, some of those bumps and stuff in the turns and the bottom dropped out, and this bike was right on. Yeah, all electric. Yeah, it seems like it's really hard to make it misbehave. Hmm? And for people who aren't aware, that's something else that you can do. Is we can have a conversation at 20 miles an hour because the bikes themselves are so quiet. You know, that's such a nice thing. You know, focus on the riding, not on the rumble. And the cat on the bicycle is funny. He's like, "Are those electric?" Yeah. Yeah, when was the last time he had like 20 motorcycles pull alongside of him and have it be an awesome experience instead of a creepy experience? He can go where he wants. Well, that was fantastic. Super cool. Dude, thank you so much. What's your name?
My name's Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor. It was great. The ride was fantastic. And so you set that suspension up? You're one of the guys? Yep. Man. Right. It is. And it is. It's totally different. So the difference between I've been daily riding an SRF all winter, and that bike is luxury. Yet when we were stabbing it in holes, it never bobbled once. You couldn't feel the weight of the bike at all. And that's a Well, good job, man. Good job. You totally dominate. Phil Waters, I'm Phil from Cleveland. Yeah. So, Unky Phil if you're nasty. That's what we were joking. Yeah, that was, and actually that Filthy Phil thing, it was like, I'll go with Unky Phil. We'll live with that. That's cool. For a long time it was Scooter Phil, and it's just that deal. And getting Zero in for us, it was a game changer. So it's our 5th year now, so we absolutely love it. You guys are killing it. It is amazing. So, yeah, something we're really proud to have, and we're honored to meet you guys. Yeah. It's a blast, man. Have fun. God. It is so different than an SRF. It is a very respectable machine. It's a very much It's a very cool, like, look, we're going fast, but we're not being a dick about it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah? So you know right now I'm videoing you, though, Amy. So we're both videoing each other at the same time. This pushes the limits of consent. So I just got off the SRS. It's my very first ride on the SRS, and it's been a really good electric weekend for me. And the S, so for people who are into it, if you've ridden an SRF before, if you were lucky enough to get a demo ride on any of the SRFs that are around, this is different. They've managed to somehow capture the nature of the hooligan bike is the SRF for sure. It's the hooligan bike. And this is the Interceptor is what it is. For people who know motorcycles, it's the Interceptor. You're on it and you're just like, yeah, I'm better than all of you, and now watch me misbehave. This is that bike. It's the one that makes you know, like, I've arrived and I can do anything I want. We're hitting holes on that road out there that would have folded up like my other bikes. And I hit that and it's just like, boop, and it just goes. It's never misbehaved. So, yep. All right, we love you, Amy. Cheers.